School's First Day of School by Adam Rex. That summer, they dug up the big field and poured the foundation and set brick on top of brick until they built a school. A sign above the door said, Frederick Douglass Elementary. That's a good name for me, thought the school. So the school has a personality. Most days, a man named janitor came to mop the school and buff his floors and wash the windows. This is nice, the school said to the janitor. Just the two of us. Won't be just us for long, said janitor. Soon the teachers will come, and then you will be filled with children. All the school creaked. Children? All kinds of children. They'll come to play games and learn. Oh, said the school. Will you be here? You'll see me after school. You'll see me after the school day is over, said janitor. Don't worry, you'll like the children. But the school thought that the janitor was probably wrong about that. They came, the children did, and there were more of them than the school could possibly imagined. How do you think the school felt with all these new faces? They got everywhere. They opened and closed all of the doors and lockers and drank the water from his fountain and played on his jungle gym. So that's what this is for, thought the school. How do you think the school felt? How do you think the children felt? Some of the older kids gathered by the school's back fence and showed each other their bored faces. This place stinks, said one. And the school gasped. I hate school, said the other with the puffy hair. To the agreement of his friends, the school sagged a little. How do you think the school felt? Do they have good attitudes? What about these children? One very small girl with freckles didn't want to come inside the school at all. Her mother had to carry her. It must be awful, the school whispered to himself. I must be awful. So the school felt sad. Later, he squirted the puffy-haired kid in the face, then felt bad about it afterward. Do you think that was a good choice of the school? How do you think the puffy-haired kid felt? He watched the kindergarten kid sit back on one of his rugs. The teacher said, as we go around the circle, please tell us your name. There was an Aiden, a Max, a Bella, a Chloe, a Caden, an Emma, and another Aiden. The small girl with freckles was next, but she wouldn't speak. She only stared at her shoes until the teacher moved on. I don't like school, she whispered into her lap. Well, thought the school, maybe I don't like you either. Or maybe it doesn't like you either. School doesn't feel very confident anymore. The children were in the chairs. Finally. But just as the school was starting to relax, his fire alarm sounded and all the other children. And all the children exited and walked to the other side of the field and stared at him. He was so embarrassed. He held his doors open for them when they returned. Sorry, he said, as the first child entered. Sorry, he told them all, even the girl with freckles. How do you think the school felt then? Then at 12 o'clock, the school was filled with food. At 12:30, the school was filled with garbage. At one table, a boy told a funny joke, and another boy laughed so hard that milk came out of his nose. Now I'm covered with nose milk, thought the school. He had to admit that it was a pretty funny joke, though. Even the girl with freckles liked it. After lunch, the kindergarten kids learned about shapes. A rectangle has 4 sides, said the teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a square has 4 sides, too. In fact, a square is actually a special kind of rectangle. Wow, said the school. I did not know that. Is the school learning new things? Afterward, the children made pictures with glitter and paste. The girl with freckles made a picture of the school. It looks just like me, thought the school, except all glittery. I like it. It's like she's known me all my life. Do you think I could have your picture? The teacher asked her. Don't tell anyone, but I think it's the best. The school thought she was probably right about that. The freckle girl smiled when the teacher stuck her drawing onto the school wall with a pushpin. Ouch, said the school, but he didn't mind. Not really. How are things turning out? At 3 o'clock, the parents came to pick up the children. At 3:30, the janitor came up to pick up the school.